Welcome back to Down to Earth Gardening, guys. Just want to show you all how I plant red onions today. So, as y'all can tell, the eggshells and the onions right there. I just put all my leftover stuff that's greens and eggshells and stuff that have nutrients in it. I just throw them in my garden and put straw on top. You see the straw back that way, and then I have straw back that way. Everywhere in here that doesn't have straw is free gardening space. That's a good tip to have. You always want to keep good space between your rows. Know what kind of vegetables you got growing, how tall they're going to get. Seed packs always say it on there. Just wanted to show y'all. This is me. I like gardening. I like uh, family, God. There's not much else you can cover. If you got those, you can grow good plants, guys. It's all about having love and giving your plants love, guys. If you mistreat them, they're going to mistreat you and not give you food for the winter. So we'll get into it, guys. First thing I do is I'll hold up a little spot because we're planting red onions right now. So that's what we're planting. Just red onions from Rural King. So get up in there and just make you a little row, just like that. Obviously, you want it straight, so keep it straight and pretty. That's about deep as you want to go. You know, you ain't gotta go too deep, or let this rot on you. So it just rained yesterday, and that doesn't matter, guys. You can still get a good garden. You can still come out here and plant if it's muddy. Doesn't matter. That's what I meant by that, sir. But just wanted to show y'all what I do on this channel. That's all this channel is about, is growing like just various edibles, maybe some fishing every now and then. So stay tuned and please subscribe. That's the only time I'll ask you guys. Just wanted to introduce myself. My son and my two kids will be on here eventually. I just want to fill this YouTube thing out. I don't have Facebook, Twitter, none of that stuff. So this is all I got, guys, is YouTube, and that's all I'm trying to do is uh, have people comment and make some friends on here. That's all I'm looking for, guys. Not even looking for subscribers or the Patreon to pay people. I just want to give free information out to people that is just starting out and just needs a little know-how. So we got that done. So what I do, I don't backfill with this soil. I'm going to actually use potting mix. So some potting mix. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here, y'all. This is the potting mix I'll use. Got our seeds. Red Delicious. So we're going to go ahead and plant these, or drop them in. So I'm going to show you how far apart I plant them. As you can tell, there's only one side you need to plant these, and look for your roots. You know, obviously roots go down, and some of them will have the green, a little spout right there, little stem, little sprout, whatever you want to call it. So take these. Now it's all depends on how big of an onion you want, or if you want a big onion, keep them far apart so they're gonna get big, and you're gonna have to add up that space. If you want small onions, you can space them a little closer, and they will be smaller. I'm gonna get into showing you how you're gonna have to break up your soil once they get growing, but I'll touch base with that here in just a minute. So we're gonna stick these in just like that. Now we're gonna look for like medium size. So we're gonna go about 4 to 5 inches apart where we're going. Roots down, just go all the way along. Drop them in just like that. Always root down. Start setting them in there. Now you can throw a couple extra and pick them out as they come up, because not all of these just will sprout. So some of them will just rot in the ground. So you do want to throw a little extra in there. So I'm gonna, just gonna toss a couple extra, just for God's sake. All right, got that done. Well, I'm gonna put a couple extra. Hold on, got some big, good-looking ones in here. You always want to pick out your best looking ones first. That is a good. Some of them are already sprouting, so you can definitely tell which ones are gonna make it. Some of them look already rotten, so don't even plant those. There's one's got a green tip to it. That's your roots. Sitting it down like that. And always just add different stuff to it if you need to be. I'm going to show you what kind of nutrients I add. So I'll talk about the stuff I'm talking about. We'll get into that right now. So guys, if you didn't know, I use down to earth nutrients right here. Vegetable garden. These 2 bags right here came in a box just like this, but it's easier for me to put them all in one. That's BioFish, and this is BioLive. BioLive has shellfish and stuff in it, and if somebody that you know is allergic in your family, don't let them around this when you're mixing it in your soil or anything like that. They will have a very bad allergic reaction. Some people's highly allergic to shellfish. It's a good tip to have. Just wanted to note that for people with kids that you may not even know your kid's allergic. So just be aware of stuff like that, and always read your back of your boxes, back of bottles, whatever it is. I don't use Miracle-Gro. It's all organic, OMRI listed. So anything I put on my plants is OMRI listed. So all I'm gonna do here, this is the BioLive. This is mycorrhizae and shellfish and all kinds of good other. It just brings a lot of diversity in your soil. So you'll sprinkle it along like that. This is what I do. I'm sure there's a million ways to skin a cat. Just come in there. I'll try to speed this up for y'all. Doesn't really matter how much you put in. I mean, don't cake it because this is nutrients, but you can give them a little extra to start out on because they ain't going to need it until they get real big roots. If you guys didn't know, every seedling has enough nutrients to start and live for a little bit to get started in life. So just like humans, it's kind of weird, guys. God is real, so there's no other proof than that. The way I look at it. If you can believe something off of Google or something like that, please pick up the Bible and believe something out of there, guys. I'm not saying I go to church every day. I've had a lot of blessings in my life. My son, my firstborn son, is one of them. Second born is not here yet, but I haven't got to meet him yet. He is a boy though, so that's a good thing. I didn't want to have to go through the girl thing because I'm just that kind of dad that I'd be too stressed out nowadays raising a girl. Might have one day. But back gardening, guys. So that's what we're gonna talk about. This is BioFish. I'm doing the same thing, just kind of sprinkling a little bit on there. Not much. This stuff's a little bit stronger than the mycorrhizae stuff we put on called BioLive. So that's good enough for that. Okay, putting these up. Now I'm going to get my vegetable garden, my 444, which ain't very high. Don't be, you can be a little generous with that. They come in a big bag like this. I mean, I put them in Ziploc just to keep it even more secure, stored for longer, I guess, in a way. I just sprinkle that on. I just sprinkle everything that I'm putting on. Just sprinkle a little bit on above. Kind of this one, be a little generous with. So, got that. I just use literally a little tablespoon. I'm gonna put this up. All right, so we got all this out of the way in the box. Now I'm gonna take some of this soil that this is a new. Welcome back to Down to Earth Gardening, guys. Sorry about the last half of this video, or the first part of it got cut off, so here's the second part. Y'all remember what we did here? So all I'm doing, I'm gonna backfill some of this soil, but first things first, I'm gonna put some of that good potting soil in. So let me do that real quick. Sprinkle some in there all the way down. get some perlite in there. This will help later on when your onions get bigger. So, the more area of the soil you have, the bigger onion you can get. The more compact, the more smaller, the more it can't get bigger. So about common sense, some of the things. If you're a beginner, I understand it. You probably don't know that. It's fine. I started the same way. I don't hate on nobody. And this soil was literally $10 for 3 cubic feet, and it is high quality. So, it's better than Miracle-Gro at Walmart. I got it at my local greenhouse. Try to shop local, guys, if you can. Helps your local economy. Right now, we need it the most. So, buying that stuff on Amazon ain't necessarily benefiting America, guys. I'm not gonna make this about politics or nothing at all. Just wanted to say, shop local, and if you can get local nutrients at your greenhouse and stuff, do that. I use the all organic stuff, as y'all seen. I do get that at my local greenhouse. That's all I do there, guys. Just add that in there. Get that out of the way. Flatten this out a little bit. Red onions. I'm going to kind of break this up a little bit before I shove it over. Just like that. The other side. And then I'll backfill, so I'll just take it, scrape it over, and make a little mound. So I like to do that for the only reason to see where my rows are. Sometimes it can get hard, but like I mentioned, with this straw, that's a good way of keeping track. Just add it as you go. As you add a row, cover the straw up to where it's past that row. And then you'll know how many inches you can get away from that, because you don't want everything bumped up against each other. Simply put, same thing here. Backfilling back to the original hole it came out of. That's all we're doing. And right here, I'm gonna take some of this. Take some of that, break it apart, and get it level back here, because it doesn't already be piled up right there. Just like that, guys. Got you some red onions that are going to be coming in a couple months. You can pull them earlier if you wanted, a little bit smaller onions. I'll show y'all the next video. It'll be a 3 or 4 part video here, guys. I'll show you the straw and stuff right now. This is the easy straw. Recommend this stuff. Got it at Rural Kings for $12. Says it does up to 500 square feet, but obviously it's plenty. So this is my first bag and I ain't even ran out. It's gonna do everything for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and get another bag of it just to have, just because I like it that much. So I just wanted to shout them out. I got it at Rural King. I'm sure you can probably get it other places. I don't know if you guys even have Rural Kings where y'all are at, but that's what we got for our little farm supply store. We do have Tractor Supply, but it's a little dry for me. Let's go to Rural King closer. But anyway, put the straw even, guys. Nothing special about that. I think anybody can lay straw down on the ground. What I do, I just put it, that's where I'll stop at that row of onions, and I'll go all the way down. So just do that, don't throw anything else in. Go all the way down. Just like that. put a little bit more right there, but then you'll have a crop, good crop. It keeps it, it helps the ground stay moist, and it does warm it up if there's seed and it does retain some heat. So sunshine down on it, the soil is gonna be a little cooler than the straw itself. So, you know, as y'all can tell, I got like here corn, onion, just anything that we eat that we put in our compost pile. My compost barrel is getting pretty full right now, so all I do is spread it out. I don't put it right on top of my vegetables or nothing, but I'll put it in between the rows once it breaks down, and I cover it up. Make sure everything's uncover that one. Cover it all up to the smell, stuff like that. It will get a little raunchy on you. Some of it smells good though. I mean, if you like onion, smell of onions and garlic, I mean, you probably can't beat that. We'll get into the second part of this. That'll be how I water. So let's get into that, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Part 3 of the video. Just wanted to show y'all how I water my plants. The onions I just planted, the onion bulbs, onion sets, whatever you want to call it. I'll give you guys some ideas of how to set up your watering. You can drag a water hose every time, but with your tap water, if you're on city water, it's going to be chlorinated, and you're going to want to dechlorinate it because chlorine and other chemicals in there that off gases when you leave the lid off for 24 hours. That's how you dechlorinate your water. So I'll just put it in there, leave it for 24 hours, then come and water my plants with it. Now there is also another thing you need to learn about water. Potential hydrogen is what it's called, pH. Every plant is usually around the neutral line, some acidic like blueberries and different, it depends. You can look at a chart, Google it, it'll give you pH levels of what plant needs to be where. So if you're growing broccoli, I think it's like 7.5 to 6.5. So that's 7 will be just fine. This tap water, I do have a little cheap $20 pH bin. I do have the expensive one. It doesn't matter. They both work the same way. Just test your water, get it around about. If you're testing tap city water, it's usually going to be like 8 or somewhere high, kind of alkaline like that. So you're going to want to add a little bit of pH down. So you can buy a bottle of that. All it is you literally just put 1 drop per gallon of water. So I'll show you how I do it. So if you guys don't know what pH down is, all it is like, it's just acid pretty much for your plants. For your water, so you can get your pH right. You can buy pH up too, and it's blue instead of orange, and it raises your pH. Or you can use the pH up like I had in my video earlier. You just sprinkle that on your soil, and over time that will work. But this is a more direct way. Your plants will love you for it. So I'll take this 2-gallon water thing I got from Dollar Tree, put 2 drops of my pH down in there. I got a little dropper inside of here. I just fill this up. Take your water, because I just filled this up some, so I'm gonna pour that in there. This is just pouring in that bucket. That's all I'm doing right now. That's nothing special. I know I don't even have to test this, and I know it's gonna be exactly around 7, 6.8 to 7, just because I put 2 drops of that pH down, and there's no, you can't really mess it up, guys. Just mess around with it and get to know your pH. A lot of people kind of hide that. That is a big key to growing good plants, is your pH, guys. You can find it on Google, what each pH is, so just look up what plants you're growing. If you're growing a weird plant that is unheard of, look it up. It's probably on there. So we got that filled up, guys. So this is just what my watering station looks like. This is what I do. And I'll take this and I'm gonna go to the seedlings, or onion sets, as you call it. Now I'm not gonna do this during the video, but obviously I'll just water it. When I take that bucket, I'll tilt it over a little bit, put my hand down without water running out, so it ain't like a big gush of water. It's more sprinkly when you it's more, you know, like rain. When you put your hand under the faucet, it'll drip the side, you know, all around. It's just try that out, guys. You'll know what I'm talking about. Give it good water. Don't overwater. Always check your soil. It rained yesterday, but I know I'm going to need to at least water a little bit to get the bulbs wet. So we're going to do that, and stay tuned for upcoming videos, guys. Peace. Welcome back, y'all. Just want to give y'all in the previous video about watering, I forgot to tell y'all that you're gonna want to watch your nutrient levels. That's a whole different thing on testing. There's also another pen for that you can use. Stick it in your water and it reads out a number on a, you know, digital screen. It's called an EC meter, or a parts per million meter. It reads the salts in your water. pH meter reads the potential hydrogen. So if you didn't know, that's what it means, guys. It's really not that complicated. If you actually look at a graph of what they're talking about on paper, it'll come to you. And what the reason you want your pH right is your plants can get different deficiencies. Like, you may be giving it all the food you think, like, oh, that should be good, but it's still looking weird. Well, you're probably messed up on your pH. You're gonna have, it's called a pH lockout. A pH lockout will not allow you to get the right amount of nutrients at the right amount of times, and they try to compete with each other and they cross each other out. It's not a good thing. Reason to get pH, let's say your pH locked out. You haven't been paying attention to your pH. You just watched my video and you want to try this. Best solution to do, get you some pH up or down, whatever your tap water or well or whatever you're doing. Make sure you're at 7.0 pH. If you're there, flush all your plants for a week. Don't give them any food, and they should come out of that lockout. But what I'm getting to is pH is all to do with your food and the strength and just how it grows the fastest. When you get your pH in line, all them nutrients, it's on a scale. Like, you got, if you looked at a paper and had it written, you know, it was written like phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, nitrogen, yada yada yada. And then they'll have a straight line going across, and then they'll start over here like pH of, you know, 4, 5, 6, and then if you look at pH 7, it's right there. I mean, it's right there where all them nutrients get along and flow together, and that's what I'm getting at. If you look at the graph, I kind of explained it. I think that you should understand it somewhat. It's a very important thing to have, guys. So as y'all can tell, plants are looking pretty good. These are a bunch of peppers and different tomatoes and broccoli and green onions here. You can see the broccoli's right here. Loving it. There's my green onions right there. You see them. I got a couple rows of them in the other raised bed. But these broccolis are they're really liking it. This is the first time I've ever grown broccoli, so stay tuned, guys. You'll see me harvest this. I've been doing a lot of research on every plant that I have, and I'm gonna do everything to the best of my knowledge and share that and pass that on to y'all, so y'all can get free food yourself at a low cost. Just the cost of the seedlings or the seeds, guys. So get out and enjoy some good weather, and get your kids and get your hands dirty and stir some soil around, guys, and show your kids how a plant grows if you take care of it. And it's just like life, guys. It will raise them the right way. Just get them out there, and they'll thank you for it later on. So, and then my tomatoes, I obviously have the tomato cages, guys. That can be a whole nother part of a video. I got a lot of video ideas coming for this channel, guys. I don't have Facebook, Twitter, you name it, I ain't got it. This is all I got is YouTube. I like to watch people, and I hope people like to watch me. I'm trying to make that kind of a good vibe channel. This might be into fishing too, we don't know. Might be a fishing, gardening channel, we'll never know. I just here to make new friends and please subscribe, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed and thought this was very informational. I don't think I came across anything that was that I really forgot about. I'm trying to think if that should get you to at least start throwing some seeds down, guys. Just good pH water. Dechlorinate your water. If you got tap water, that's a bad thing. That gives your plants deficiency in itself, and then you think it's your food or something, and it has nothing to do with that. All it is, what's in your water. So if you start from scratch, you can build up, if that makes sense. You can't take away, but you can always build up. And if you can take away, but it takes a lot to take away, because you got to flush it forever. And always remember, guys, a good little tip before we get off here: if you feed a lot of nutrients like Miracle-Gro and stuff like that, don't do that at the very end when you're going to harvest. Give them like a month of just water, and you'll thank yourself for that later. Just to give yourself better tasting food with all that nasty chemicals in there, guys. For now, Down to Earth's out. Thank y'all. See y'all later. Welcome back, y'all. This is the ending of the little series on this video I had a couple videos all in one. So hope y'all enjoyed this new channel, Down to Earth Gardening. Come on. Just want to show y'all, laid the straw down. This is the empty garden space from earlier. That's what I got left. Throw some seedlings down. And over here, sitting in the swings, my gardening buddy. Wave. That's Bentley. Love him to death. That's my boy. But if y'all like what you've seen today, please subscribe. Peace.